Yo, what's going on guys? Evan Tanaka here, back with another video. In today's video, I'm telling you guys the best limited lineup for week 2 in NBA 2K22 Myteam Season 5. Before we get into the video, if you guys are new here, I'd really appreciate if you could subscribe down below. I post 3 to 4 Myteam videos every single day and give you guys some of the best Myteam content on the platform. Without further ado, let's get on to the video. Okay guys, so if you don't know, limited is available from Friday to Sunday, but on Thursdays, if you come over to your skills challenges, right, so you go to your challenges screens, you go to skill challenges, and you click on the first one that says season 5 limited warm-up week 2. Basically, if you look in kind of the top left, middle left, where it says you may only use current series 1 e-check or dynamic rating theme cards in your lineup and no free agents allowed. Basically, that means these are going to be the limited requirements for the following Friday. So I'm recording this on Thursday. That's when it comes out, and then you guys can see this on Thursday. So you guys can get your limited lineup ready for Friday. So I'll be telling you guys what is the best season 5 limited lineup for week 2. So let's hop over to the lineup screen. So basically, the requirements for this one is going to be a little bit different and a little bit weird, you could say, because the fact that you can only use e-checks, you can only use base series cards, and you can only use dynamic rating cards. So these are not going to be the best teams possible. These are not going to be very good cards. So we're just going to kind of have to work with what we got. So for point guard, what you guys want to do is probably use mostly dynamic rating cards. If you don't have them, I'll talk about that in a second. But if you do have dynamic rating cards, I would try to use as many of these as possible. For example, I have John Morant or Steph Curry, but not everybody's going to have that. If you can get a guy like James Harden for cheap, he's super good because he's actually very good in game. And I don't think he's that expensive. I know he's a diamond now, so he may have gone up in price. He was an amethyst, but try to use these expensive guys. Some of them aren't that expensive, like the rubies actually are less, like I'll show you guys after in a second when we make the team, that rubies and amethysts aren't actually that expensive. So those are some of the cards I'd recommend is, go after the amethyst, go after the rubies and stuff like that. So for example, I don't think Devin Booker is that expensive, so we're gonna use the guy like Devin Booker. Like I said, if you do have these dynamic rating cards, I definitely would recommend it because of the fact that they're gonna be super good compared to base series cards. But we'll use a guy like Paul George, sure, right? I'm trying to use as cheapest cards as possible for you guys. So if anyone doesn't have that much MT or doesn't have all these dynamic rating cards, right? Obviously I would use the pink diamonds, but I'm just saying, for people that maybe don't have the pink diamonds, trying to make you guys a decent team. We're going to use Tatum at the 4, right, just to stretch out the floor some more. And then looking for our last center is going to be, for example, I would use a guy like probably Joel Embiid, but a good center for you guys probably would be, like, you could use a Cat. Yeah, I think Cat's not that expensive. So that would be my starting lineup for limited week 2. Again, we'll check third prices in a second here. Let me just quickly add a center in here so we can actually go look real quick. So I'm actually showing you guys those prices of the cards that we just chose. So Devin Booker, Paul George, James Harden, and show you guys that they're realistically not that expensive. They may go up in price now. This might actually be a good time to sell. So let's actually just look at Ruby color, right? And let's see what the cheapest Ruby color is for these dynamic rating cards. I would say no more than 3,000 MT. Yeah, so you can see you can get yourself a Bradley Beal, a Tyler Hero, a Zion Williamson. You can get yourself all of these good Ruby cards: Tyler Hero, Bam Adebayo, Solid, Zion Williamson, Bradley Beal, right? You may have to go a little bit more expensive. Darius Garland's there, Paul George, right? He's the guy that's in our lineup. Scotty Barnes. Like, these are all really good cards that you guys could add to your lineup. So if you want to come here, grab some Ruby cards, right? There might actually be some amethysts as well, not heat check. There might actually be some good amethysts for this price. They might be a little bit more expensive. No, they're not. Look, Devin Booker, 2,500. Kyrie Irving, super cheap. Dejounte Murray, Chris Paul, Damian Lillard. Like, you guys can really afford these cards. We look at Diamond. Trae Young is the only one you can buy for a diamond, but if you want to use Trae Young, you can use Trae Young. So Harden might be a little more expensive, but what I would do is come to dynamic ratings, go to amethyst or ruby, and then set whatever price you want. I think you can afford them for probably like 2.5, right? You could pick up a Bradley Beal, a Tyler Hero, right? If we look at amethyst, I think you can still get a Kyrie Irving, you can get a Dejounte Murray, a Chris Paul, a Damian Lillard. Maybe Devin Booker is a little bit more expensive, but a Rudy Gobert, a Donovan Mitchell, right? So DeMar DeRozan. These cards aren't as expensive as you guys think. They may go up in price when you see this video, just because of the fact that people are going to be building their limited teams. But if you do this now, you may actually be able to make some MT off it if you buy the cards now. So for our backup point guards, go to dynamic rating set. And this is how I'm just going to put them in if you guys want to know. For example, I would use a guy like Steph Curry. Just want to put that out there. But for you guys, I think Kyrie Irving's solid. He's got good sigs, a good jump shot. He'll be good and limited to use. He's going to score some points for you off the bench. Looking at the next card is going to be our shooting guard off the bench. Probably going to go with a good guy, a guy that can shoot. Donovan Mitchell's nice, but he's a little bit too small. DeMar DeRozan can't play the 2. Is there any good rubies? I think Tyler Hero Yeah, I think Tyler Hero is actually a solid option. We'll play him off the bench. You want guys that can shoot the ball. You want guys that can score. Defense really isn't going to matter. You just want people that can score the bucket for you. DeMar DeRozan, we saw how cheap he was. We'll put him at the small forward position. He can definitely attack the basket. He can be our guy that, gets our dunks and our layups and stuff like that. For the 4, probably going to go with a guy like Scotty Barnes. He's going to play good defense. He can help us on the defensive end, and he can stretch the floor a little bit. I do like Scotty Barnes a lot in the game. And then for our center, going to try to pick a guy that can shoot. There is Rudy Gobert, though, who's nice. But probably going to go with a guy like Bam, because at least Bam can stretch the floor a little bit better than a guy like Rudy Gobert. And if you guys want to use the last 3 cards, for example, again, you can use the diamond cards. You can use the Galaxy Opals. There's no kind of like highest tier you can use. You can use any of these cards. And I'd recommend using dynamic rating cards because they're super cheap and they're better. So if you're looking at base series cards, these ones are going to have more badges, better stats, all that type of stuff. Off the bench, well, you guys like Trae Young, you guys could see he was only 3,000 MT. Looking at the next dynamic rating players, we're probably going to want like a wing type of card. So probably like a wing. Who could be used for our wing? Maybe a guy like Zach LaVine. We know he can get his buckets. He's 6'6", good shooting guard, has good sigs, and has a good jump shot. And then for the final card, we'll probably try to get like a big man. We'll go through to Gobert just for some defense, and maybe if you're getting mashed on the interior and you need some help on the defensive end, this is gonna be my squad for limited week 2. This is probably what I'd recommend. Some squad like this, like I said, just go to the auction house, search for these cards, and not gonna be that expensive. And this is a very good team, right, that you can use in limited. Obviously, everyone's gonna have to run these type of cards. If we could just quickly go check, what the requirements were again, I'll show you guys. I'll just quickly explain why I'm using dynamic rating cards and not base set or not heat check. So we look at this, it says you may only use current series 1, heat check, or dynamic rating theme cards in your lineup. So that means no promo cards, no premium set. So if we come over to collection, we look at base cards, right? Let's just compare a guy like Joel Embiid, right? So Amethyst Joel Embiid, we're gonna look at him right here, right? 7 foot tall, he has these type of stats, and we mainly want to look at badges here. 20 for bronze, right? Now let's go look at heat check Joel Embiid and how many badges does he have? I'm pretty sure it's the same, right? Yeah, so he has the exact same. So those 2 cards are the exact same. But now when we check Joel Embiid, look at me. I know he's the Alex Opal, but look at the badges now. 23 golds, right? For example, these guys are just gonna have so many more badges. Where's a guy that hasn't been upgraded? For example, a guy like Tyler Hero, right? They're just updated cards, right? Tyler Hero, he's gonna have 10 gold badges. He's gonna have 8 silver, 10 bronze. We look at base series 1 or heat check Tyler Hero, he's literally like a gold card. He's 79 overall and he has no badges in the game. So why would you want to use a heat check card or a series 1 card, right? That actually might be the same price. Like how much is a Tyler Hero? Is there even a Tyler Hero on the auction house? Is he that rare? He might be that rare. It looks like he's not even a Tyler Hero on the market, but he has 0 badges. So you might as well go use these dynamic rating cards that are actually going to have badges and have pretty good stats. Like Tyler Hero, like I said, he's about 2,000 MT. He has 10 gold badges, and they're going to be some good shooting badges. Look at Bam Adebayo. He has 15 gold badges, rim protector, chase downers, interceptor, rebound chaser. So these cards are definitely better for that reason. You look at a guy like Zach LaVine, he's going to have a pretty good jump shot, a pretty good stats, 7 gold badges, 15 silver, blinders on gold, right? Silver catch and shoot, hyper drive, glue hands, right? Some pretty good badges. He has 16 gold badges, or 16 bronze. So you're going to want to use these dynamic rating cards because of the fact that they're newer, they have updated badges, and their stats are going to be better. You guys can let me know in the comment section down below what squad are you guys going to be running for limited week 2. Hope you guys did enjoy the video, and I'll catch you guys in the next one. Peace.